Hello friends, welcome to Monday Live. I'm going to pull up my comments here and then we will get started. Let's grab that. All right. We'll see if we are good to go. Whoops. Move this out of the way. Hello. Hey everybody. Happy start to the week. How is everyone doing? How was your day yesterday? I am ready. I'm so ready to get a little crafting in today. I haven't done anything really craft related this morning, so super excited for that. So hey guys, I see Terry and Paula, Janine, Jen, Emma, Michelle, Kay, Caleb. Hey, hi. So quick update on the Idunate household because it might affect some things here over the next couple of days. Hopefully not, but you know, it is what it is. So this morning I took Isabella to get her COVID rapid test at the school. So because she was in close contact with somebody last week, in order for her to go back to school, she has to be tested every morning before school starts, and then you bring your negative test results to school, and then she can go and be in the classroom. So last week, she wasn't feeling well on Thursday, and as many of you know, both of my kids had a full body rash going on, which was also not fun. So their rash is cleared up, which is fantastic. She wasn't feeling good on Thursday, which we attributed to the fact that, well, really we weren't sure if it was COVID at that point because she had been exposed to someone with COVID, or if it was the after effects of her first vaccine because she had gotten the first one on Tuesday. So we took her in on Friday morning, I did, to get her tested. Her results were negative, but I kept her home anyway because the rash was still like everywhere and awful. So today was the first day that I took her back to get tested again to bring her to school today, and she actually tested positive. So we're going this afternoon after the live today to go and get her a PCR test just to verify that it wasn't a false negative or a false positive. And then assuming that it is in fact positive and she does in fact have COVID, I guess we're going to be here for the next 2 weeks and no family Thanksgiving for us. So that's great. Luckily, she's not really showing any symptoms. Like, she does not have a fever. She has a slight runny nose, and that's about it. So hopefully that will stay the same and her immune system will take care of it quickly. But we're also going to get Jonah tested this afternoon as well, just to see if he possibly has it, because the two of them are the only ones that are not fully vaccinated. Of course, Aaron and I could have it too and not know, but like I said, that's why over the next couple of weeks, we'll see what happens around here. But for now, everybody is feeling all right. We're all good. It's just, we're going to be isolating here at home. Super fun, doing lots of like grocery pickup type of things. I have been doing some retail therapy this morning though, because that's what we do when bad news strikes. So I'm working on Christmas shopping and taking a break from that to come and craft with you guys. And then after this, we'll go do the test. And then I have some more shopping that I need to do for Christmas to get everything set for the kids. And also, we're going to be working on some house projects too here coming up. So I'll probably share a little bit about that as we're working on those, since, you know, we're going to have some time to work on those. The only bad thing is now Aaron is working from home all week, every week, and both kids are home, which means it's kind of loud and chaotic around here, but I guess we'll have to deal with it. So that is what it is. Yeah, I know we probably should all test just to be sure for at least at this point, because you have to do like appointments or whatever. So we were only able to get the kids in for appointments, and then we'll see like if they both end up with a positive, or either one of them ends up with a positive, knowing that it's not a false positive, which I believe the PCR test that the kids are going to get today is the results are given back to us in, I think, 4 to 5 hours instead of 3 to 4 days, which is kind of nice. So we should know by the end of today if the positive is in fact a positive, and then what Jonah has, if he's positive or not, and then take steps from there, possibly setting Aaron and I up for an appointment tomorrow, depending on that. So, you know, what are you getting everyone for Christmas? You know what? Let me write this down so I don't forget. I will, because my kids are in the next room, so I can't tell you what I'm getting them because they'll hear me. But maybe what I'll do is share my gift list on Patreon. Would you guys be interested in that? If I'm here's what I'm getting everybody for Christmas? Because then if you have kids the same age or grandkids similar ages, it might give you some additional ideas. Or for, sons or spouses or anything like that. So I think I'll do that. Let me get a blank page that's not a million miles away. How about this? Because that could be fun. So shopping list, Xmas, Patreon. That could be fun. So I have that. I have on my list today at some point. If not today, I might do it tomorrow to take pictures of all of my foundation pages, and I need to film a flip through of those. So hopefully, I was going to do it today when I didn't have kids here, but that is what it is. So we'll just do that tomorrow, I guess. So that would be pretty fun. Yeah, start a post for everyone to add to. That's a great idea. Let's do that because I think that would be really fun. Okay, the plan for today. The plan for today's live is to work through 2 foundation pages. So we're going to be doing story number 16 and 17. And then I also have some other ideas I want to share with you for finishing up my album. So I don't know if anybody has seen the product play lesson for today, which was from Carrie, I think is who it was. I think it was Carrie. She did a page with the circle die cut page. It's like the wonky circle die cut page. And when I saw that, I immediately thought that would be, okay, well, first of all, let's back up to go forward. Morgan's page from yesterday was awesome. It's simple, but it's also so awesome. I love it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to use that, but also I don't want it to say December daily because it's going to be after Christmas, and that, I don't know, it just didn't really make sense that it would say December daily. So I was thinking about changing it up and making it work in a different way. So that was going to be my cold weather or warm weather prompt page. So that was what I was originally thinking. And then today's lesson came out and it has the wonky circles with vellum and stamping and photos and all that fun stuff in there. And so when I saw that, I was like, no, actually, that is what I want to do, is that page. So I'm going to design that one as my foundation page for the warm weather, cold weather, probably after I get off of this, because I just looked at it right before popping on. And then the page that Morgan did, which was using the box, I'm going to do her exact page, but I decided what I'm going to do with it is use it as a place to store the Christmas cards that come in the mail, which is something I like to do. I like to have a spot to put those. And then every year I can go back and you can see the progress of your friends and family members as they are growing and families are growing and all of that. So I think I'm going to use that page, especially since it uses the plastic band, that will help to hold all those cards in there. So that's what I'm going to do. So it gives me a little bit of a bonus page, but that's okay, right? So far my bulk is staying pretty down in my album, so I think I'll have some room for that. All right, so not too happy with product play, the no video thing. I know it is kind of a big bummer that there's not a lot of videos, because even when the ideas are simple in nature, it's still really nice to hear people talk about the pages that they're making and the why and see it come together. There's just something a little bit more special about video, especially when it comes to page layouts and whatnot. Yes. So, yep, I hear you on that one for sure. I would say that if you are feeling like you're missing the video part, I know they always welcome feedback on the classes and whatnot. Like it's not necessarily, I don't know where that would be directed. Like I wouldn't necessarily put it in the Facebook group, just because that can be really negative for some of the people who did create lessons with no video and whatnot. That can be so disappointing. Like I know whenever I see something about like something negative about, you know, whether it's a page I've made or something I've been a part of, that always feels really like, I know it's not my fault, but it still feels like that, you know? So it's just try to, you know, be sensitive to that. But also I would highly recommend putting in some feedback on the class, at least to let them know that the videos were something that you were disappointed not to have this year. So that would be my suggestion. All right. Yeah, that's a good idea, Deb. Maybe send a message to the customer service team and then they can get it to the right person. That way you're still getting your opinions submitted, and then hopefully that will help them to make some judgment calls on the classes for next year without it being so public. You know what I mean? Like, yes. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to get you guys flipped around so we can get to work on this. And then that'll be that. So I'm excited. Let's work on some December and feel some happy. All right. Get you guys up here and adjusted. Okay. I think that's good. Yep, we're good. Okay, so let's start. Actually, I should bring over volume 2 of my album so we can remember where we're starting. So volume 2 is going to open up, and in here I have one thing done, well, 2 things done. So my opening page for volume 2 is going to be a full page family photo, and on top of that family photo is where I'm going to put this banner that was in the, oh shoot, I put sticky on this, but I must not have put enough. I'll probably have to add more of that so that it's permanently adhered down. But anyways, I'm going to put this banner across the top of the photo. So it says like December and then underneath daily. So that's the 2 banners that are in here that are just awaiting a photo. So that's the title page. And since it's a photo, it's not transparent, so there will be a backside. So this first story that we're going to do is going to go on the backside. And my story prompt for this one is, I don't like, or I dislike Christmas because ... So this to me is a little bit, what am I going to say? It's a little bit lighter way. Let's do that. So it's a lighter way of doing the, you know, sometimes December can be hard, or everything is not always merry. You know, that those types of stories, the tough stories. This one is, this season isn't always merry and bright, and that's okay. So having a prompt that's simply like a finish the sentence, I dislike Christmas because blah, 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 blah. And it could literally be like, I dislike Christmas because I feel, you know, time goes by so fast and we feel overwhelmed. Like, I don't know. You know, it could be any number of those things, which we'll get to when the actual day comes, is when I'll do my journaling for this one. So my story concept, or my design concept, is going to be on a full page pattern paper. This is the one that has the red dotted grid lines. And then I'm going to use this frame. This was from Tim Holtz from last year. It was like a baseboards type of thing, but it's basically like a thick chipboard. And what I want to do is add this into the background and just kind of trim it out, which I might just go ahead and do that right now. And I also feel like for this, I might want to use red line tape, because how do I want to do you? other thing I was thinking, yeah, because if I put a photo here, that'll give me something. So I don't know yet if I'm going to make this a flip up, or like with journaling and photos underneath, or a photo underneath, or if I want to just adhere it down as a straight up title. So what I'm going to do is prepare this in such a way that I can make that decision later. So when the month starts, when this day comes, most likely I will have some kind of photo at some point where my kids are throwing a tantrum. Happens every year. And that could serve as a perfect photo for a story about things not always being merry. So like last year, I have a photo where Jonah threw a tantrum, and it was, what was the story? I feel like the story was like supposed to be about lights, or like I had a plan for what my story was going to be, and it ended up that he threw a tantrum, and then he came down and we were just kind of like talking about it and in front of the Christmas tree, and I set up my phone as we were just talking, me and him, and we shared like a hugging moment, and then that became the photo for that particular story. So, oh, and I forgot, I want to put this number in here too, so let's not forget that. So the number I'm going to use here is this December 16th from last year's Feed Your Craft release. Okay. So I'm thinking, let me see if I can get that on here first, actually. So I have 4 pieces of red line tape, and then I'm going to fill in the rest with roller adhesive. I just want to make sure that there are sections of this that are nice and tightly held down, because if I do end up making this a flip up, then I just want to be sure that the pieces don't end up falling off. And if I end up just adhering it down onto the page, then so be it. Okay, let's try that again. I know I want you to be kind of in the middle. And then to have this go like this. Okay. So there's that. Crying Santa pics. Yes. Yes. Poor kids. I will, you know what? So, okay. Isabella does not like Santa in real life. She never has. It's actually a story that I shared in one of my very first December dailies that I ever did. And I wrote the story about like the frustrations that you feel because like you want your kid to behave well. You're also putting them on a, you know, next to a stranger, so it makes sense that they could freak out. But at the same time, like you don't want them to have a nasty attitude about it, and she totally did. So I wrote a story about how that was frustrating for me as a parent on those fronts, and I that was one of the only pages, or that was the first page, I should say, the first page that I actually got negative comments and stuff on from people. Like, you know how when you share online, there's always like the possibility that somebody is not going to agree with what you say, or they're going to take offense to it. Yep, that was the one. Which is okay. It when that happens, it's like the worst thing ever. Like, it makes you want to just quit. I remember talking, I'm trying to find my template here. Oh, I keep losing it. Here you are. I remember talking to my mom about it, and just being so upset. But telling her that, like, I know I can't, you know, like, this can't stop me, because this is, when you put yourself out there publicly, like, that's gonna happen. People aren't gonna like everything you have to say. But yeah, she does not like Santa in person. Oh, so the reason I brought that up is because there is a virtual Santa meeting that you can do. It's actually, I'm working on getting signed up for that as well. So we did it last year. It's like a video chat with Santa, and it is the most incredible experience. So you have basically like a Zoom call with Santa, and prior to the Zoom call, you send in like all different kinds of stuff. Like they have a whole questionnaire for you to fill out about your child and all different kinds of things. So then you do the video chat, and then they have a conversation with the child, and they know all of these things about them. They have photos and like all kinds of stuff, and it's really, really cool. Let me just figure out how this was gonna go. I think you're gonna go down there, you there, you there. Okay. Anyway, so if you also have a child that does not like Santa in real life, I highly recommend it. It's called Santa Club, or it could be the Santa Club, but I think it's just Santa Club, and it's amazing. And then they send you a recording of the video chat. So what then I did with it, and I'll do it again this year. Like, I don't think we'll ever go see Santa in person again, at least not until the kids are a lot older and actually feel comfortable with it. So anyway, they send a video recording of your conversation with Santa, and then what I did is I uploaded that to my YouTube channel as an unlisted video, so only people who have the link can see it, which is how all of my Patreon videos work as well. These are all unlisted, just you guys have the link. So I posted that to my YouTube, had it unlisted, and then made a QR code from the link, and then included the QR code in my album. And I'm going to do the same thing probably for as long as I can, for as many years as I can, because those are such special moments, and to have it captured on video is so cool. It's just so cool. How I wish I could have had her first ever chat with Santa recorded where she asked him for a corn on the cob costume, because that was pretty epic. Okay, so so here's what this layout is going to look like. So I have 6 of these plastic circles. These are from last year. I'm using the Bah Humbug one because, again, this is like stories that are tough or whatnot, things we don't like about Christmas, and that's very Bah Humbug. And I've got the title at the top. I like the repetition of the circle, or the like no corners. I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but they're the continuous feeling. I don't know. There's a word for it, I'm sure. Anyway, so we have the oval and we have circles. These I'm going to stitch down. And then my plan is, and we'll stitch those down today, my plan is to type out my journaling on tiny phrase stickers, possibly, and then add them on top of here. So then I have 5 things, right? Like, I dislike Christmas because of this. I dislike Christmas because of that. Like, whatever. So those will be my 5 little stories. Now, let's say that we get to December 16th and we just have a really rough day here at home, which in today's day and age is highly possible. So yeah, in 16 days, in fact, that is inevitable, that we're going to have at least one really tough day in amongst the 16 days of December. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is create a tab that will go right here. So imagine that there is, or not a tab, a hinge. So we're going to imagine that there is like, okay, like a piece of paper here folded in half, right? And it goes down along the back side. So it would go right here. And then what I'm thinking I'll do is add a photo right here on the back side of the oval, and then stick this down here on the page and have another oval that will be my journaling about whatever the tough day is, right? So there's a little bit more detail to the bad day. But let's say that by some miracle, we don't have a tough day in the first 16 days of December. Well, I don't feel like I need to wait and hold this and like, oh, someday there's going to be a bad day. Instead, what we'll do is we'll just stick it down, and that'll be that. no, nothing under it, right? So that's my current plan. So what I'm going to do to finish up the foundation page is stitch these down. I think I'm just going to stitch circles inside of the circles. And then for this piece, I want to create a template for some additional journaling should we have reason for additional journaling. Okay, so what we'll do is just trace this, is all. Right, and then that will create my template. I'm thinking that I don't know yet if I want to type, like if I want to type it or if I want to handwrite it. So either way, it doesn't matter. But you know what? I might just handwrite it. Why not? Why not? Let's just handwrite it. It's a little bit easier. And let's say that I have lots more journaling than this, then I can just type it up, and that's not a big deal either. It's basically a 6x4. So, you know. All right, but I do want straightish lines. So we're just gonna put some journaling lines in here. There we go. This for me is the beauty of this mat is that I can use it to help me line up, like as long as this is kind of on a straight line, which it's not. But as long as it's kind of on a straight line, I can line up the different sections across the page, like the dots with the dots, and that'll give me a straight line. That's why I always have this thing out. Oh, okay. I hear some fighting. Okay. Might have to go make sure they're okay here in a second. Sibling banter and fighting is the best. All right, so that's probably good enough. All right, so that gives me some journaling lines, and oh, Erin just yelled at them. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be that. And then for these circles, what I might do just to temporarily adhere them so that I can stitch them here in a minute, I think I'm going to add adhesive just to the top here since you're going to see through to the back one anyway. And then hopefully we won't be able to see all of it. Okay, so we put that there. There. I think that's probably good. So then that can kind of hold it for me. I guess that one you can see through a little worse. Well, I guess worst case, I could maybe pull it up and rub it off. Yeah, because that one you can definitely see. I also feel like it's too far over too. So get you on there. then get you on there. Okay, so then that's ready to stitch, which I'm going to wait and do all of the stitching all at once. Okay. I'm going to catch up on your stuff real quick. All right, so Gabriella did so good with Santa. Oh, and your wife cried. Oh my gosh. That's precious, Caleb. Nora hated Santa. You got the best cry. That's hilarious. Oh. Does that really? Yep. Yeah. We waited in line at Macy's. Oh. Yeah, sometimes the stuff is just so magical, right? All the Santa stuff. Okay, do you ever use vellum adhesive? I have not, Judy. I haven't ever used vellum adhesive. Does it come as like a roller? Because usually what I will do is just kind of like hold things on by clipping them on. So probably what I'll do is like stitch this, I'll like stitch half of this down and then like pull that up. Or I'll probably stitch this around and then half of around this and then pull it up and rub that off and then stitch the rest of it down so we don't have to see it. But no, I haven't used vellum. I should try vellum adhesive. I'm going to put this over here with this for now. Or did I just put did I put it back in the envelope? Am I losing my mind? Why, yes. Yes, I am. Did I put it in here? Oh, I put it in here. Okay. I'm like, what did I do with that? Okay. So, for now, I'm going to stick this back in here until we stitch that on, and then it can all go in the album in a pocket. Put that over here. Okay, so next one that we're going to work on is the spinner tag. So this was, oh, I hope I don't say, I'm going to say her name wrong. It's Pashka? Something like that. I don't know. Oh, butcher names. This is my story for Hallmark, for being a Hallmark movie watcher. So I have this acrylic piece from Colorcast Designs that says Hallmark Movies. This is almost as much of a tradition in December, the acrylic piece here, as actually watching the movies is itself. I have one of these from every year and it's the best. Okay, so I've got the tag. I did not buy the die cut tags, so I actually have them digitally instead. And I'm going to use this to create a template because I originally was thinking I could use the same tag with this cute little polka dot at the bottom, but then forgot to take off the title and I want my title to go there. So this isn't gonna work. So what I'm gonna do instead is just use this as a template and cut it and like recut it out of white cardstock instead. So let's get moving on that. And then I have notes on my circle diameter so that I can cut that. I think I'm going to use my circle cutters for it though to make that easy. So, and then I think I'll remove the polka dot pattern here and I'll just put that on the white one because I like the polka dot pattern. Yeah, movie bingo. Yes. Did you guys see on the Allie Edwards Facebook group? I think it was Allie Edwards group. It also could have been the December inspiration group, possibly. But in one of the groups, somebody shared like all of the movie lineups for all of the major channels. And it's kind of awesome. I'm excited that, I mean, they're everywhere. There's so many movies this year. And lots of different places where you can watch them too. Okay, so actually no, I don't want to cut that yet. So we've got the tag. So next what I'm going to do are these the same? I don't know if it's the same on both sides. So I am just going to stick these down. I don't really want to trace it because then I'll have to erase the tracing. So we'll just make them match. Yeah, so this one I thought would be a fun way to include some of the photos of the Hallmark movie. I could add some journaling to the front of the tag to talk about it. And then I'm going to add the backside, or on the backside, I'm going to add a photo. I want to do a flat lay photo of all of the things that I have that are Hallmarky. So like I have Hallmark shirts, a mug. I may have just gotten myself some socks that say like, if you can read this, I'm watching Hallmark movies. That sort of thing. So I want to pull all of that out and just take a flat lay photo of it and have that be the backside. And then the wheel will be photos of the movies and whatnot. Okay, so here is the tag. Let's actually put that back here for a second and punch the holes as well so that it's out of the way. I'm thinking that a lot of my tags this year, I'm going to add some eyelets into them just to give them a little bit of color and to make them a bit stronger as well. Plus, I ordered both red and green. Apparently, I didn't have red and green. I have like every other color, but not red and green. So I ordered red and green this year. I feel like these printed weird. Just gonna cut it like that. Okay, so that gives me some holes. But anyway, so yeah, I ordered red and green and now I want to use them. So I think I'm going to do that with all my tags this year. Okay, so we've got a tag shape for real this time. So then up here is going to go the title piece for the Hallmark movies, and I'll have some kind of like twine coming out of there. So the next thing I need to do, oh, and this I want at the bottom. Let's cut that off now. We'll add it to the bottom section because I think that's cute. And then I'm just going to toss that. So I don't need it anymore. Okay, so there's that. We've got polka dots. We've got that. All right, so now she did her circle at 4.75 inches. So I'm going to try to figure out how to get that size with my circle thing. So one of these and one of these. So this one is going to be too big. So it's probably got to be this. Okay, so this is 4.75 actually. So then if I just do the closest one, then that should be right. Let's find out. Otherwise, I can try doing the little one with the furthest one. Let me get some tester paper. Try this out on. All right, so let's do okay, so you are just over 4.75. And then what happens if we do the small one? It needs to go there with the big one. Put your tree up today, Emma. Aw, that's so exciting. I can't wait to put our tree up. Get some more. It's so dark here now that it just would be really nice to have some twinkly lights. Okay, and you are 4.25. So no, we're going to use this one because everything else is going to be too big or too small. It's that and that. All right. I totally could have thrown that into like silhouette and cut out an exact circle, but I don't think it's going to matter that much. Okay, so that means that this circle is essentially going to go right here. Okay, so now it is figuring out, you know, I suppose the next thing I have to do is create the lines. So if we put this here, actually let's put this here. It's about halfway. So then half would be right here. Okay. Then half is going to be right here. Okay. All right, so this is my circle. And what I'm going to do in each of the quadrants is put photos of the movies. Now, in order to get this template cut, what I want to do, like I'm thinking I want it to poke out just kind of like slightly. So I feel like what she did is to take it here, maybe like there. Actually, I should probably for a little bit longer. Okay. Right, and then okay, so then what I'm going to do is create a mark with the piece that's hanging off. I think that's what she did. So now I have this one quadrant. I don't know if she did it this way, but this is how I'm going to do it. And that is to go like this. So make sure I have enough room for my title, which I think I might go down a little bit more. Come on. Okay, so if we go down, homework title, go down a tiny bit more. Should be good right there. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is draw a line. So this is the shape that I want to cut out. But I'm thinking I don't want it to be all the way in so that I have a spot that I can pin stuff down to. So I'm like, if I were to follow the shape, Yeah. Okay. All right. So if we follow the shape, give it like 1/8 of an inch, kind of. I want to cut this thing here and thinking here. Okay, so I think that's going to be my piece. Okay, let's do it and find out. So then I'm going to cut on the outside of the line because I don't want the black to show. Just a little bit over here. Okay. All right, so then let's grab this. So this is just another piece of paper, so I can cut out another circle, and I'm going to draw in the quadrants, and this is what's going to be attached. Come on. I feel like well, it won't matter. Okay. So, go. Are you turning on me? Stop turning. Don't you dare. Okay. So we want halfway. And then halfway again. Okay, so there's my 4 quadrants, which I can also, let's rub that off. So what I can do is I can, on one side, because I'm going to actually do mine a little bit different than hers. So we've got the front here, which will have the title piece. And then I'm also thinking I may type in some journaling here. So I'll just create a template inside of Photoshop. Now that I know the measurement here and the measurement here, I can use the digital version of this and figure out where this part is so I can add journaling in. So I'm going to do that digitally. Then the back side of this is going to be the flat lay photo, but I'm actually going to notch out the photo as well. So it'll be the exact same shape. And again, because I know this section is going to be cut out, I will be very sensitive to that when I'm taking my photo and not put anything over here. So just have my flat lay be more heavier on the right side than on the left. That way, when I've got my circle in here, which is going to be kind of like this, you'll be able to see the circle, this portion here on this side, and then also on this side. So you'll be able to see both. So then I could fill this in with 4 photos, or I could do 4 movies and then like thoughts on the movie on the back. So it could be journaling, photo, you know, photos, and then journaling, photo, something like that. So with this, I can go ahead and take my paper piercer, and I'm going to pierce this in the middle so that we know where it goes. Need my sand eraser in here. Yeah, way down there. Whoop. Okay, so I'm gonna get some of this adhesive off of here. Okay, so then we can line that up right about there. And pierce it back through to the front. So that's why I did it a little bit out from the two lines. It's because if I would have made this cut the exact same, then I wouldn't have been able to pierce through this corner. So now I can pierce through that. I'm going to add a star brad to this. Just a question of, do I want to do silver or gold? Oops. Do I have any of the other ones? No. I might do silver just for something different. You cleaned your desk last week. It's already a disaster. That's funny at the end. I feel like I clean my desk constantly, every day. Because I'm a nerd like that. Okay. So I'm not going to do the back because that'll be the photo. And then this is where it'll turn. You'll be able to see the photos, right? And the back side will be able to see either more photos or journaling. So that's going to be that. I'm not going to stick this on there yet because I'm planning to throw this piece through my printer so that dimension won't go through the printer. But then when we get to this month, I will go ahead and adhere this down. And then probably add some kind of like red twine, you know? Yeah, like maybe something like that. Let me just cut a piece of it and put it in there. Why not? With a photo on the back. So, oh, you know what I don't have for this one is a number, do I? This is number 17, right? And I didn't pull out any numbers. So let's think that through real quick now that I don't have that. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and close this back up. Put that away, put this away. This is still good for something else. That away. Don't need any of that. This is my templates. I don't need anything else to cut the photo. All right. So I've got all that. Done with the paper piercer. Done with the star brads. Okay. Yeah. All right. See, I had two pens out on my desk. I didn't even know that. All right. So number is next. Oh, my disaster by the end. Yes. Put all your pieces of your kit so you can make room for new in 2022. Ooh, yes. Sometimes that's my favorite thing, my favorite part about organizing. Is finding pieces that you forgot you had and then having new ideas for pages you want to make. Okay, so number. Number 17. What do I have? They're going to be in here. So I've got black or wood veneer, other kind of wood veneer, okay. I think I like this one the best. And let me double check that I don't have anything. I think these are all going to be too big. This is where I put all my big numbers. So I have like wood ones, felt ones, vellum ones. I also should put these in there too. These ones from Colorcast. But again, these are way too big for this. Yeah, they'll take way too much space. But I should put these in here, since they are the bigger ones. You fit without too much bending. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I think I'm going to go with this one, which again, I'm not going to adhere until later. So now I need to be mindful that my journaling is going to go in this space. I might just, when we get off of here, go make it in Photoshop so I can not forget. All right, so this one can go in the album because that's all I can do for prepping it. Now it is ready for the story and for the photos. Thread jar. Oh, and the only other page I have in here is my product play page, which is this one, the fireplace. Still love it, so pretty. All right, so I want to get a page protector. Actually, I probably need two. So I have one for the other page as well. And then this one, I'm going to put the Hallmark title in, the number 17 in, and my story concept. Okay. And then this piece can go in here. Okay, so that's going to be that. So we've got the circles to stitch on. And then the only other thing is that now I have this page, or I have this vellum piece done. Where'd that go? Right here. I have this piece done that we made together that I can go ahead and adhere down or stitch down onto that page as well. So I might as well get that finished while we're at it, since I have to stitch anyway. New in 22. Yes, new in 22. I love that too. Now I have to remember, what story do you go to? Don't remember. It's not you. Or you. Where are you? Oh, it goes here. Oh, it just goes on this white. Okay, right. With the tags. Okay. So we've got the white cardstock. Oh yes, and I can add these pieces too. Just that and that. Yep. Okay. All right, so put you down. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's 4.5 inches. Yep. Okay. So first things first, I'm going to trim this down right about there. And then we're going to make this 6.875, so it goes all the way across. Okay. Then trim it there. And 4.5 inches. Okay, how big are you? I'm going to trim that into a 3x4. That could go in a pocket someday. Lots of glitter. Okay. Yeah, that would go in a 3x4 pocket, which is kind of cool. So this is the pocket that's going to go on top of the white cardstock. So I'm going to get my handy dandy alligator clip. And that is also ready to stitch. So you're going to be stitched on. This will add on after. Oh, thank you, Etienne. I really like how it turned out too. It's super like classic looking, you know? All right, and then let's bring over the sewing machine and do this. I currently have gold in my machine. I don't think I want gold though, because it's like it's like a very yellow gold. I know that I want red. Let me see what other colors I have. I could use like a forest green. I have like a lime green, white. I might just do white for these circles, and then red for the pocket. Or green. I could do green for the pocket too. So all the tags are green. Maybe I'll do green. Okay, but let's do this first. So Judy, yes, what I did, it's actually a page that Allie made for Product Play. I think it was Product Play 1, and which I've never taken it, so I actually just got all of the original Product Play classes during that class sale. It was like a 50% off classes. So I got number 1 and number 2. And then I already had number 3, 4, and Back to Basics. So this was a page, the star one, was one in the original Product Play class that Allie did, but she did it with white paint instead. And I did mine with texture paste. And then I did glitter on top of it. But basically what I did is I took a shape. The collection this year digitally had, or physically and digitally had, these star die cuts. So I took one of the smaller star die cuts and I repeated it all over an 8.5 by 11, right here actually, because I kept it. Because I thought this would be really pretty for something else eventually too. So I made this as a template for myself and then cut it on my silhouette and added it on top of vellum, like kind of angled it on top of vellum so that I could get an angled pattern. Okay, sorry about that. I had a phone call coming through, which I should probably airplane mode this. Oops. Oh, God. Phones are so annoying. Phones are so annoying. Okay, stop. 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 Okay, hold on. I'm going to airplane mode this because I think it will do that again. Okay, there we go. There, no more calls, at least until after. And if it's the health department, well, they can talk to Erin. so they can call him. They have his number too. Okay, so anyway, that is where the star thingy came from. Okay, so I've got white. Let me get my petals out as well, and then we get the stitch. Ooh. Okay. There's 1, 2, plug. All right, good to go. So circles first, which I'm going to start with the upper circle so I can take the adhesive off the bottom one. All right. There. Okay, and I think while it's on here, there we go. That'll work. Okay, 2. These scissors don't cut through string very well. These ones do. Okay. All right, question, what are your favorite alpha stamps? Okay, so Mag, my favorites that I use all the time are the December Daily one, which is not even out. Oh, it's over here, I think, because I'm using it for this next one. So this one from December Daily from last year, the 2021. Now, here's something really cool to note about this particular stamp set. So this lined, hold on, let me get this out here. The lined alphas, which are from the Storytelling Basics release, I believe, are the exact same size as this alpha. And so is the new December Daily alphabet. So you could essentially layer these, right? You could stamp in a solid and then put some lines on top. You could use the embossing ink and emboss the lines on top of a pattern. That's something that I kind of want to try at some point. And then you could do the same thing with this version where you could stamp, like, let's say red, and then stamp the black on top, and it would be filled in with red. So these are all, they all go together. They're all the same, right? Actually, no, they're slightly different. Darn it. But these ones are the same. They're slightly different. Like the G is a little bit different, actually, now that I look at it. But that would still work, I think. Is there anything else that's different? The O's. The O's are different. But darn, A's are the same, and the B is the same. Okay, I lied. They're not totally the same, but they're close. Well, shoot. She should have thought about that and did that. Now that I just say that. Anyway, I'm sure there's still a way to make that work, but my absolute favorite of all three is this one, the filled in one. I also like I like this one for the variety, because you have tons of the small version of alphabet stamps, which for me, I use the large ones, but I really more oftentimes use the small ones. And I also have her original handwriting stamp set that I like, but I think that one might be sold out, and I think there's just the new one now. So that's definitely my favorite though. Man, I'm so bummed that those aren't all the same. I thought I was so clever. Oh well. All right, let's continue on here. Okay. Height of the letters, yes. They are, oh, you know what, Mag, this one too, I don't know if this one's still in the shop. This is my other favorite, but in the smaller version, actually. The big one's cool too, but if you get the, I would recommend the smaller. So the smaller one of that, and the bigger one of this. Let me grab it. I can tell you. Okay, so this one, the letters, I think they're about an inch. Yes, they are an inch tall by like roughly 3/4 of an inch wide. So an inch tall. These ones are also about an inch tall. Like the ones that have all the scrolly stuff on them are about an inch by anywhere from 3/4 to a full inch wide. Whereas like the big one of that same scripty font is a lot bigger. It's more like an 1.5 inches wide. So I definitely get more use out of the small one than the big one, but I like to interchange them as well, like have both on the page. Okay. Oh, the small one sold out. Bummer. Enabler, and I just saved you money, Judy. That's so funny. I'm so bummed that they don't fit, because that was my plan, was to stamp it in a solid color and then maybe emboss the lines, like stamp the lined one on top and emboss it, and like I was like, that would be so cool, but no, now it's just lame. Mag, is that what you're going to get with your gift card? Are you getting some stamps? There's all kinds of good stuff in there. Okay, last one of the circles. Okay. We'll do that. Put it down. Get the adhesive off. Did I never take the plastic off of this? For real? I didn't. I thought I got it off of all of them. Oh. Oh, you're so sweet. Well, that's good though, because they will. They'll last you forever. And then it's, you know, that's one of the nice things about investing in stamps is they don't, like, they last forever. Oh, I should have taken the rest of that off the, darn it. Okay, done. Now, well, let's do that again. Cannot believe I forgot to take that off. Okay. Yay, so there's the circles that are now done. Okay. All right, and so then the circles will become homes for text, essentially. Now let's switch this out for some red. And we'll get that pocket on from the other day. Oops. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. Wait, I was going to do green, right? Let me see this. So this is going inside of the pocket. No, I like red. I'm going to stick with red. Because I like that. All right. Okay, now we'll just leave that on there. In all likelihood, I will need that again. Okay, so then this I want to put on top. Just need some red line tape for it. I do not want this to come off. Just gonna go wild. Okay, and a piece on here. So okay, we'll come back to you. Little 14. little 4. All right, so we'll get this all off, stick it down. Oh, got it. Okay, so you'll go on here. For this 14 that doesn't want to cooperate, what do I have up here? Yeah, I can try this, I guess. Though I should get my... I don't even know if this will work. Nope. I've had this in here a long time because I don't particularly like this glue. So, but it would give me a thinner line, but nope, apparently not. So, no, we will not do that. Let's do the one that I know and love. So here's that. Since it's sticking on top of glitter, you know, glitter is kind of hard for things to stick to. Which I guess I could have stitched that on as well, but that's okay. Okay. So we'll do that. And this, which says traditions. Okay, and then these go in here. So we'll have like this green one, the stripe one, and the craft one that go in that pocket. And then that goes back in here. And then I guess I'll put this in here as well as a holding place because that was all the pieces. So I don't necessarily need to have it. Oh, whoops. Probably need the whole bunch of that. So I can go in the album. Technically bigger holes, so let me just even that out. Okay. Okay. Okay, so there we go, story 14. So then I can put all this back. Goes. That's that one, and then this one. We're going to have the circle page, which will have this at the top, right next to this hallmarky one. So these pieces I'll put inside of a page protector, and then we will cross that bridge when we get there. Right, so we have 16, 17. Okay, so what time is it? 2:30. Put that back up here as well. So one of the things I was working on, I'm just going to show this to you guys. I don't know, I might do it later this week, potentially complete it during live, we'll see. But one of the things I was working on this weekend during the prep party viewing was a stamped quote page. And I took this piece of pattern paper and I white gessoed over the top of it because I want to use that for my stamped quote, but I want the quote to actually stand out. So the white gesso has dried, which means I can go ahead and stamp my quote on here, which is going to be one from Charlie Brown. And then I'm thinking I'll probably use this stamp set because the quote is the, it's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who's around it. So I'm almost thinking that I will probably stamp in the big one the sentence, it's who's around it. And then up at the top, grab the smaller one again and stamp the, it's not what's under the tree that matters, since that's a bit longer. So this will be the first sentence, this will be the second sentence, and then I'll probably put Charlie Brown at the bottom. So that will be that. So we'll see. I might do that tomorrow or another day this week, but it goes into album, or goes into volume 2. All right, so let me see here. What? Oh, I'm so excited to go see her fireplace. I'm gonna go check it out as soon as I get off of here. Will do. I'll keep you guys updated. All right, you guys, so that is going to be it for today. For me, 2 more pages down. So tomorrow we're going to be back here at 1 o'clock Eastern time again, and then I will come on again tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern time. So you can come check out either of those here this week or tomorrow. I'll let you know if I hear anything about COVID for the kids this afternoon when we go get tested, and you know, we'll just progress from here on out. All right, friends, well, thanks for coming and hanging out this afternoon. Had a great time with you all. It's always nice to take a break from the day and just come and do something that's fun and joyful. And this is definitely fun and joyful for me to be here with you. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, friends. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.